In my previous video, I talked about how I noticed that essentially all revealed returning monsters in Wilds are either from the 4th generation games or have not been seen in a game since 4th generation. However, there are also some other trends I've noticed in regards to monsters that they have not shown us, and that's what I want to discuss in this video. First of all, I just want to say that I'm glad that we don't know about every single monster that's going to be in the game at launch, and we potentially also don't know about every single map either. If they told us everything that would be in the game before it comes out, there wouldn't be any surprises for us or things to find on our own, and we wouldn't be able to speculate about it either. The launch period for a game like this is always one of my favorite times because nobody knows anything at all, and we all have to figure everything out together as a community. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. The first thing that I've noticed is that we have not seen a single Gen 5 monster. Granted, I'm totally okay with this, as that was literally the previous generation of Monster Hunter games, but I also personally am not too crazy about a lot of the brand new monsters that were introduced in World/Iceborne. I loved Odogaron and basically all of the brand new Elder Dragons that were introduced, but a lot of the other brand new monsters were kind of bland in my opinion. In terms of Rise/Sunbreak, I really liked the brand new monsters a lot more overall in this game, but they just had their time to shine, so. Still though, I'm curious if any 5th gen monsters made the cut for launch. Another thing I've noticed is that aside from Shagaru basically being confirmed because of Gormagala, and the fact that the main story's final boss is practically always an Elder Dragon, we actually have no clue what Elder Dragons are going to be in this game at launch. Personally, I think it'll be much more exciting to discover these Elder Dragons for ourselves, but I am surprised that we haven't been shown a single Elder Dragon in any of the trailers. Like, not even the typical trio of Kushala, Teostra, and Chameleos. Personally, I'd be fine to have a game without Kushala and Teostra because they're in like every game, dude. But I'd love to see Chameleos again. I also would really like to see Nergigante, Valstrax, and Namielle again, among others. I've also noticed some other types of monsters we haven't seen in any of the trailers. No crabs, no fanged wyverns, no temnocerans, which are the beetle monsters, no snake wyverns, no piscine wyverns, which are the walking fish, and more of a subclass of monsters, but no pseudo-wyverns either, and pseudo-wyverns are like Tigrex, Nargacuga, and Barioth. Piscine wyverns are literally my least favorite type of monster in Monster Hunter, so I'd be more than happy not to have any of those in the game. And even though I like pseudo-wyverns, they're, again, in like every single game, so I think a break from them would be nice. Crabs would be cool, but 2 of them were in Rise, so I wouldn't mind not having them either. I really like fanged wyverns, temnocerans, and snake wyverns though, so I'd love to see some returning monsters of those types or brand new ones. Wilds might as well be called Monkey and Leviathan Hunter because they've shown 3 monkeys and a whopping 5 leviathans in the trailers. Interestingly though, in terms of the monkeys, no Rajang. I wouldn't be surprised if Rajang is in the game, but I also wouldn't mind a break from Rajang. In terms of the leviathans, I think they all look really cool, and leviathans are actually my favorite type of monster. I just really hope that the amount of leviathans we've been shown isn't an indicator that Lagiacrus isn't coming back. In terms of the fanged beasts, you have the monkeys, as I mentioned, but then there are also the bears, and interestingly, we've only actually seen 1 bear, which was the first monster that was ever revealed for Wilds, Dashaguma. I'm curious to see if there will be any more bear-like fanged beasts, but we've already got quite a lot of fanged beasts when you factor in the monkeys. I think it's also interesting how we've only seen 2 brute wyverns with Rumpopolo and Quematrice. I think that's how you pronounce that. I generally really like brute wyverns with their T-Rex-like bodies, but a lot of them are hit or miss for me. For example, I think Brachydios and Glavenus are 2 incredible brute wyverns, and I'd be really happy to have those guys in every single Monster Hunter game. But then you have brute wyverns like Baroth and Anjanath, which I think are both pretty bland. But then at the absolute opposite end of the spectrum, you have Uragon, which I personally absolutely despise, like literally one of my least favorite monsters. So I'd like to see some more brute wyverns and some returning ones, as long as they're cool. Anyways, these have been some trends in terms of monsters that I've noticed with what we haven't seen, and a little bit of what we have in the trailers for Wilds and my thoughts. What are some trends you've noticed in the trailers for Wilds? What monsters that haven't been revealed do you want to see in Wilds at launch? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next Monster Hunter Month video. Happy hunting!